begs the question to ask, is our children learning? Nobody knows the troubles I've seen. Nobody knows my sorrow. George W. W stands for party. Oh, Yankee Doodle Dandy. Yankee Doodle Dandy. From real life nephew of my Uncle Sam. Born on the 4th of July. I've got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart. She's my Yankee Doodle joy. Well, Yankee Doodle went to London just to ride the ponies. I am that Yankee Doodle boy. Party stops here. W, peace out.
What is going on, guys? The Gemmy Fan here on Gemmy Master Animatronics. So what we have here today to show you are two Gemmy dancing presidents. Now, the Dancing Presidents / Senator series lasted from, I believe, maybe 2007 to 2008. Who knows? I didn't really keep track with that series. I got both of these when I was for my 12th birthday several years back. Maybe it's been about 6 years ago. So I've had them for quite some time. I really have had them for a long time. I kind of lost track of them. And but funny thing is that neither one of these worked correctly before this video. As a matter of fact, I fixed both tonight. Bill Clinton over here, the only thing that worked was his mouth. For some reason, the belt came off of his hips to make him dance and stuff a couple years ago, and I just didn't care to fix it until today. I don't know what it was about him. I just didn't really care. And both of these just sat up on the shelf. Now, George Bush was in a lot worse condition. One being is that a couple years ago, he hasn't worked in years. I mean, maybe since 2015 at the latest. Ever since then, he's been sitting on the edge of the shelf there, on that little ledge right there. Even when he was in the old room, that's exactly where they both were, because these are all I had. I used to have two Bill Clintons, but when I first got it, I tried fixing one of them's head and ended up snapping it. This was before I was getting good at repairing stuff, so I didn't really know any better. So I said, you know what, screw it, since I got two of these, I'll just part one out and fix the other one. That's exactly what I did. But George Bush, about 2 years ago, he started having an issue to where as soon as he would talk, something would just stop in him. Like, as soon as he would talk, it would cut off. And then I'd start over again. As soon as he would talk, it would cut off. And then he would talk a little bit, but when he started dancing, it would cut off. And that problem is still basically unknown. I believe it's one of the transistors or resistors on the board that's just not acting properly anymore. Funny thing is, when I first got him, he worked flawlessly. His mouth worked, his hips moved, everything did what it was supposed to do. But as the years went by, problems started to emerge, and it was really, really frustrating because he's my favorite. But nevertheless, I took him into my own hands today and fixed him up real nice, and he's been working great ever since. He does still cut off occasionally, but not nearly as bad as he used to be. But I went through everything, and he seems to be just fine. But if the problem progresses, then I'll definitely go back in there and do some board work if I have to. I really don't want to because I hate doing that stuff, but if need be, then I guess so. But if it comes to a complete fail, then I'll just invest in another one, because to be honest with you, these aren't all that uncommon to find on eBay, especially Bill Clinton. He's pretty common. But anyways, George Bush works great. Bill Clinton works great. We'll get to their boxes. First is his President George Bush, Country Superstar, Nobody Knows the Troubles I've Seen, and Yankee Doodle Dandy. So it's like two songs in one. It says, watch his presidential dancing action, Republican, Democrat, or whatever. It's still funny. Good point. These were distributed at Rite Aid Pharmacy. It's kind of interesting that I don't remember these ever being at CVS or Walgreens. But now for President Bill Clinton, Dancing Machine, Try Me, Oh Boy. Sold for $20. Description on this is said, what do presidents do after they leave office? They get down and funky. Sure, Bill can play the sax, but did you also know he loves to dance the night away? And there's the picture of him. It's a lot different. But we'll get to Bill Clinton first, and since I already showed George Bush, I guess we'll play him, obviously. This one does not have any additional phrases. He just sings and dances.
See that you
Bill Clinton is my least favorite of the series. I just do not like his song, whatever. In the song that they based the parody off of and turned it into Bill Clinton is just absolutely horrendous to me. It's still funny nonetheless, but yeah. Guess we'll play him one more time.
Oh, my love. Oh, my kisser. You don't know what you've been missing, oh boy. When boy with me, oh boy. We'll see that you, well, you, for me. That's right. Oh, my life. I've been waiting tonight. No hesitating, oh boy. No for me, oh boy. We'll see that you, for me. Oh, yeah.
It's kind of funny because I see what they did there with the song and Bill Clinton. If you knew him well enough, you would understand what they're trying to get out with the song. But here's George Bush. Works excellent now. I'm so glad I went into him today and fix him. I didn't think I could, to be honest with you. I was like, this thing's hopeless, and it sucked because I loved playing this one for so many years when I first got it. It was so funny because he was fully working, didn't have to worry about a thing about him. But as items age, they get broken, and they break on their own without a kid having to mess with it. So here we go.
It's clearly a budget. It's got a lot of numbers in it. I hear the voices. I read the front page, but I'm the decider, and I decide what is best.
I like his additional phrases. And by the way, these are the same phrases as the 2004 models.
No, I was raised in the west of Texas. No, the future will be better tomorrow. No, rarely is the question asked, is our children learning?
Here's the song.
Nobody knows the troubles I've seen. Nobody knows my sorrow.
The back of his head.
It's George W. W stands for party. Oh, we Yankee Doodle Dandy. A Yankee Doodle do or die. A real live nephew of my Uncle Sam. Born on the 4th of July. I've got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart. She's my Yankee Doodle joy. Well, Yankee Doodle went to London just to ride the ponies. I am that Yankee Doodle boy. Party stops here. W, peace out.
And we'll play a song one more time.
It's clearly a budget. It's got a lot of numbers in it. I hear the voices. I read the front page, but I'm the decider, and I decide what is best. Nobody knows the troubles I've seen.
Whatever. Let's see if I can play these at the same time.
My sorrow.